You know what I do? I notice when I'm on my walks, if I'm not able to go to like the parks or something, and I got to walk in the city, like around neighborhoods where people are out there, they're hogging up the sidewalk. If I say like behind you or on your right or they don't pay attention. You know what gets people's attention? When I bark like a dog.
Really?
Yeah, because people love dogs or they fear dogs.
I never knew that.
So if I'm walking and I'm behind you and you hear, and if I go, they're like,
that's a funny little.
They get out of the way.
Pocket Party.
And we're back. Hey, everybody. It's your host, Darren Carter, the party starter for another exciting special event, Pocket Party Podcast. Today we are on camera, so if you're listening to this, go to YouTube and watch the episode. And right next to me, he's the one and only John Diresta.
Thank you.
How are you?
$1. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
It's an interesting catchphrase. What does it mean? $1?
When my dad is a big garage seller, my dad had the sickness, which means you love garage sales.
Yeah.
And he was so skilled at it that if you go to 8 or 10 garage sales a day, you want to spend as little money as possible. So even if you were selling these eyeglasses and you said $10 without missing a beat, he goes, "I'll give you $1." He goes right to it. There's no negotiation. I'll give you $1. And you say $5, and he goes, "I'll pick it up off your curb Monday morning." Like he's that smart. He knows no one's going to go, "Oh, yeah, dude." He's letting them know.
And then some people are like, "I don't like this guy."
When he buys it, he then shows it off.
Yeah.
And he paid $1. Thank you. So the thank you is, look what I got.
$1 glasses, thank you. Wow.
So I started to put that in my stand-up act, and it caught on. You know what I mean? It was the callback. You know, the very last line of my set for years was, I set up $1, thank you, $1, thank you. And then I was in Coney Island as a cop late at night on a midnight. In Coney Island, there's nothing but homeless people and prostitutes. And I got so bored, there was a prostitute named Peaches. And he was a good guy. And Peaches says to me, "Officer, it's 3 a.m. When your lunch hour at?" You know. Yeah. And I said at 3 a.m. And she said, "Do you want to go out? That's like, do you want a date?" Yeah. And I said, "Well, I kind of, I play it up. I go, I make like I'm grossed out, and then I go, how much?" You know what I mean? I'm interested. Yeah. And this is a true story. At the time, she said, for us to go in the bathroom, and make love. Make love. She said a token. Yeah. And a cigarette. Oh. A Lucy. That's what they called them. A Lucy. You know that? Yeah. A token and a cigarette. And I look at the audience. I go, I talked that down. $1, thank you. And on some nights, everyone said it together. Oh. It's the rhythm of my son lives in my balls. Yeah. It's the same thing. And it caught on so much that to this day, in some certain frequencies in the NYPD radios, instead of saying K, out, over and out, roger that, they go, thank you. Like literally, Central, be advised, we're going to go 63 at the house, thank you. Yeah. And Michael Caine, in the movie Miss Congeniality, grabs a sandwich from over her shoulder. She goes to bite into a big hero. Yeah. Because she has to lose weight. And she looks around. She's going to steal a bite. And Michael Caine reaches over, grabs the sandwich, and goes, thank you. Oh. I'd like to say he stole it from me.
He probably did, because a lot of times you say stuff in such a rhythm. I catch myself in my own kitchen, and I'm like, oh, wow, I just did a John Diresta. Here's why.
Even, you know what Amy Ashton said the other day? Yeah. She said something. She goes, when you say that thank you, it's funny. And I said, look, it got me a sitcom. It was the one. She goes, then why don't you just bring it back? It's not washed out. Right. And I think if I did my homework, why it works, we all say thank you 500 times a day. And if you just add that little spin on it, it makes it funny. Right. And it's an inside joke with people. You know what I mean?
Like, here's another thing you say with the rhythm. Now watch this.
And I don't even realize. You guys told me that. Yeah.
I know, watch this. Or, there's a few of them. Like Brody Stevens, God rest his soul. He had a lot of those catchphrases too, where it's like, and they were to the point where like people put them on, after he passed away, like people put them on wristbands and T-shirts, and his stuff was usually like, push and believe, like, positive energy, and push
I
and
liked
believe.
him a lot. Yeah, there's a funny story about him.
Yeah.
When people say his comedy is small world, I said I did Jennifer's Coffee on a Monday night in Studio City, right? Yeah. Jeff Garland used to go there. So, but I saw his name. What were we talking about?
Brody Stevens.
I saw Brody Stevens at Jennifer's Coffee in Studio City on a Monday night. Next day, I flew to New York. I went to Stand Up New York, a big stand-up show, a club where I won New York's Funniest Cop years before, and there was Brody Stevens.
Wow. You know how you say thank you and then you have that rhythm of it? He had one, it was called Enjoy It. He'd go, enjoy it.
Yep.
And I asked him where that came from, and he said he was at a drive-thru, and he used to go to 2 drive-thrus when he went to ASU in Phoenix. And for some reason, this worker, she worked at one fast food restaurant, and then she worked at another fast food restaurant across the way. And at both places, she'd always, after she'd, you get
did the business, got the food,
she'd say enjoy or enjoy it, like that. And then he said he started doing it, and then when he was on the baseball team, he did it in the dugout, and then the players started catching on. They'd be like, enjoy it.
Yeah,
that kind of deal. I got a deal. So here's the thing. He said $1. I bought some house shoes this week, like slippers.
Right.
Do you wear slippers?
No.
And is there a reason, or have you ever?
I get them for Christmas for 33 years. I just
okay.
Socks or shoes.
Socks or shoes. Are you barefoot around the house?
Not barefoot ever.
What about in the winter? When it's really cold?
No, just socks.
You still go with the socks.
Yeah, I'm not gay, dog.
Yeah. Do you?
I don't know what you're getting at.
Do you wear like thigh-high socks with like a little thing that device?
But they vary. I wear Peds. But they all have to. Before I go to bed.
Yeah.
And this is a weird thing. I never told anyone this. The one thing I need to do before I do a set as a comedian, is I need to have all my teeth cleared out with a toothpick. I need to have all. It's a weird thing.
You don't use floss?
And whatever it is.
Gotcha. Yeah.
No, actually, I did a gig in Tempe, Arizona, and right before I went on, I had something I couldn't get out.
That, yeah.
We sent the doorman to CVS to buy me floss.
You got to use floss.
Yeah, Mark Fry. He moved to L.A.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Slippers.
Oh, slippers, socks. Oh, I have to pull this before I go to bed and before I do a set. I have to have whatever socks are on, no matter what length, they have to be pulled as high as possible.
Oh.
Before I go on as a comedian,
Yeah.
I have to do it.
Yeah.
I never miss both feet.
Right.
Or both legs.
Yeah.
And then when I go to bed, and when I was married to Fran, I would adjust my scrotum. I pull up the underwear, I do the socks, and she would yell, "Stop rustling. You're rustling.
Yeah.
You're a rustler."
Yeah.
But I had
Yeah, you have little superstitions or just little idiosyncrasies.
I have to de-ball my gooch if you want the detail. You don't need it, though.
So up at the farm, I have like a pair of slippers, and it's great because it's like cold winters.
I can imagine.
And you get on the wood floor, and you're like, so then you wear socks, but then sometimes they're slippery, and then we got the socks that have the grip at the bottom.
Right.
Like Gorilla Grip.
Cycle Ward socks.
Yeah, so you're like gripping, but then that's kind of like not fun either. And then sometimes they get too hot, and you're like, then you got to pull the socks off. But up there I have slippers, and it's called deer foam. And it's so comfortable and cozy. And I don't know why I never thought to have them here in LA. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself and get a pair of slippers.
Nice.
And 2 days ago, I Googled where I could find these slippers. I found a place. Well, number one, to get my size and what I want, they were like 30 miles away, 40 miles away.
Thank you.
I could have went to Hollywood, but I'm like, it's a weird Target. That's a location I really don't want to go there.
Yeah.
But so I said, let me just shoot the dice and I'll just try this other place. And I went out to the Empire Center in Burbank.
Right, I know where it is.
Yeah, and so I said, I'm going to park, and because there's 4 different places I could try it. So the first place I went to Target. They had the slippers, but they were like 3 sizes too big, and I'm like, is it worth it? And so I actually tried it on, even with the socks. And I'm like, it's way too big. I'm going to be flopping around like clown shoes, right?
Yeah.
So I went to the next place, Marshalls. I hadn't been to a Marshalls in a while, and dude, it was crowded and packed.
Wow.
And
I don't ever go to retail stores.
Yeah,
do you know why?
Why?
I go to garage sales.
Oh, it's true.
I legitimately buy clothes. This shirt I bought at a garage sale.
It looks nice.
And now watch this.
How much was it?
It was $1. Thank you. But watch this. I bought it from a gay guy, and I didn't wash it. I'm such a huge garage. I buy the clothes and put them right on. So now it smells like this guy, and I kind of like it.
How do you know he was a...
Well, it was two guys that were getting divorced. They were yelling at each other.
Oh, wow.
At the garage sale. You know,
Oh, it's funny.
So, now, ready for this?
Yeah.
I can't quit you. You know where that's from?
Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah, Brokeback.
All right. So
yeah, no, I buy clothes at garage sales.
So yeah, I went to the first place, Too Crowded. They didn't have it. They had something similar, but I'm like, it's not good enough. And by the way, the slippers that I want are they're about $40.
Okay.
So then I went to the second place or third place. It was called Nordstrom Rack. Now in my act, I did the whole thing about basic, and I just thought Nordstrom Rack was like, oh, you think it's fancy to go to Nordstrom, but when you walk in there, it looked like Ross, dude. It didn't look like a fancy place at all. Nordstrom Rack it has the word Nordstrom, but the clientele in there, I mean, it's dude, they got to use a code to use a bathroom. I mean, it was like
it's Tijuana.
It was Tijuana, and yes, it was North Tijuana. Yeah,
that's funny.
But also, Saigon, Tijuana, a little Armenia. I mean, the whole thing, right?
We live in Ellis Island.
Dude, I don't know where we live, but there's even the people that work there, some of them had gloves on and the mask, but they had it underneath their chin.
Well, watch this. Here's a weird thing. Yeah. I listen to heavy metal all day long.
Yeah.
And I just go to YouTube. I don't know how to do Spotify. I don't know how to do Pandora. I go one song at a time on YouTube.
Yeah.
And in between, the commercials are in Spanish.
Oh, wow. You got on some algorithm.
I don't know. Yeah. I know it's because my zip code.
Wow.
I have a tamale lady.
Tamales! So,
I have sometimes animals screeching out in the afternoon that I don't know what they are. I don't know if it's I lost the sale. Yeah. I had people looking at a table in the driveway, like a big $800 table.
Wow!
And the woman said, "I have to leave. I can't take this now." Oh. And it wasn't a dog.
Yeah.
It wasn't a chicken.
It was like a chupacabra.
It was. Yeah. It was your mom.
It was my mom. Tamales. So, anyways, I will say there was a pair of slippers that had the deer foam, and they were a chestnut color, kind of like this table, and it looked beautiful. I'm like, now this is something I could picture myself slipping my feet into, drinking coffee, writing great jokes in the morning, editing some videos, putting podcasts out there. You have this whole thing that you picture yourself, right?
You give all the power away to the slippers.
Yes, I was thinking about it, man. Yeah. I wasn't going to let them slip away.
Ooh.
Anyways, but I looked at the price, and it was not $40; it was $80. And I said,
"Then you're going to get yelled at by the wife."
Yeah, and I was like, "Hey, honey, look at it." I was like, "It's not worth it." You know what I mean? Why would I spend? You know what I mean? No. So I kept going. The final place at the end of that mall area is a place called Walmart. Do you ever go to Walmart?
Yeah, I do. So when I'm on the road as a comedian, I'll visit the local Walmart.
So I walk into Walmart. There was the light. In my opinion, the lighting was depressing. It was because it's a beautiful sunshiny day outside. It was almost 80 degrees, and you go in there and it was fluorescent lighting and crowded, packed. 11 in the morning.
Kids.
It was I don't know.
People in the scooters because they're so fat.
It was all that, the little rascal scooters and stuff. But then I asked the guy, "Hey, I'm looking for slippers," and he goes, "Oh, right there." So I went down that aisle, dude. I found a pair of slippers that weren't like the ones I was looking for, but they did have that deer foam on the inside, but on the outside they were Crocs. So imagine the Crocs, but filled up with fur, right? Oof. And I'm and it said, and on the shelf it said $20. And I was like, cool, but I couldn't find a price tag on the slippers. But I was like, oh, whatever, it's $20. So I go up, and that's another thing at that Walmart. There's different lines and things are locked up. So I was lucky that I was able to grab the shoes.
Right.
And also I saw one cashier; she had nobody in line. I said, "Whoom!" I go up there. She goes, "Would you like a bag?" I said, "Yes." And now they charge for bags here in California. Right. And she gives me my total. It was not $20. You get 3 guesses. See if you can get within $3 of it.
It was $16.50.
No.
$41.10.
No.
$50.
No. The total was $3.48.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. And at first I thought she was charging me for the bag separately.
The bag's $3.
That's what the bag is.
That's
and
funny.
Luckily, dude, here's a lesson, you guys. If you get a good deal or something like that, just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Don't. Are you sure?
My brother Jimmy cut his finger clean off.
Oh, no.
They sewed it back on. He had no insurance. So 6 months later, he goes to the little money booth at the hospital, and he's got a checkbook with him, and he thinks he's going to have to go on on a plan, for $100,000.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, yo, it's 250. And Jimmy goes, I had 7 operations. I stayed in this hospital for 12 days. And the guy goes, you want to give me a check for 250, or do you want me to do some research?
Wow.
So, yeah, don't say anything.
Don't say. But then Jimmy was probably thinking, I'll pay this now, and then they're going to hit me back 6 months from now.
I know.
But you're right.
Start the car. Fran used to be
car.
like, yeah.
It's
Fran
funny.
used to do that.
Yeah, they say don't give out extra information. So yeah, I just, I paid what she said, and I asked her about her day, and kept it moving.
Change
man.
the subject. Fist bump.
Yeah, fist bump. Hey, all right, wink, wink. Thanks for the cheap shoes. But here's a question I want to get to you guys. We're going to read this. I put this out there. By the way, you can follow me on Instagram, official Darren Carter. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. I'm on YouTube, and the subscribers, it keeps going up. The followers keep going up, and I appreciate it. And if you guys want to show a little appreciation for what you're hearing and for what I do, click that link, and it says buy me a coffee, and you will be paying for the coffees, and you'll keep the lights on for us and the cameras rolling. And John, you could plug something as well.
Yeah, I guess if you want some custom furniture, go to John Diresta at John Diresta on Instagram.
John's great, man. He'll make you some killer furniture.
I made this table.
And so on Facebook, I put this question out there. I said, what's something, let me see if I can find the exact wording on this. What's one skill from a past job that you still use in everyday life? And shout out to Lisa Avery, Lorenzo Schmidt. She and I had the same answer, believe it or not.
Go ahead. You go first.
I was a waiter for about 3 months, back when I was like 21 years old. And one of the things they said, and she said it right here, she goes, from working in a restaurant, announce corner when you pass through a corner.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You don't walk around at the corner at the same time without. And I taught that to my son ever since he was little. I said, give it a wide berth when you go around a corner, jingle some keys, make some noise, go make some kind of noise, or you can just straight up say corner, because otherwise 2 people can go around.
You know where you hear that? At the Long Beach Laugh Factory. I always sit right in the back by that entryway to the bar, and you always hear someone yelling something.
Remember that commercial? You got where the 2 people, hey, you got your chocolate into my peanut butter. You got your peanut butter into my chocolate.
I kind of remember it.
And then they would do like, that's right, this new candy, it's called Twix or whatever. And then
Reese's.
I remember comedians would do a joke. You got your crack into my cocaine. You got your cocaine into my crack.
No, I never heard that.
That's how they came up with crack cocaine.
Never heard that shtick. One thing I learned is from sales at the flea market, I sell this furniture, this custom-made reclaimed tables, benches, shelf units, kitchen islands. And the more you get someone involved, this was taught to me, let them hold the other end of the tape measure. Let them sit down.
Wow.
When they sit at the table and discuss with their wife. Boy, this is only 800 with 2 benches. I go sit down. While they're sitting, I take their photo. And I go, look at you guys at the table. So
I like
you
that.
Get them involved in the sale. It's the craziest, weirdest thing. Even if you say it's like a try me button. You know a toy that says try me and you click it? That sells quicker than another toy. And so I've rolled that into the stand-up, and so have you. The more we get people involved, talk to them, shake their hand, ask what they do for a living, do a fist bump.
As we're saying,
get them to sing along.
I just realized this, guys. Leave a comment on YouTube if you have an idea. If you want to participate in the conversation, hey, I do this, I do that. Leave it in the comment below. That's right. See, we'll do some engagement. And by the way, you guys can leave comments on Spotify now. Spotify on the episode and also on YouTube. So sorry to interrupt, but yeah, that's true.
No, I'm saying I just learned to get people involved. That's one thing.
That's great. It's like me with the slippers. I'm picturing myself like, writing these great jokes, wearing these slippers, having a good morning, reading them. You know what I mean? Like this comfortable. But you're right with now I like that because it's I hate to use the word manipulative, but it kind of is, but it's also like positive.
I don't think it's manipulative.
Yeah, I don't think
it's human nature.
It's human nature, but you're also using a technique of like, you know what I mean?
You have to take advantage. You want to win or you want to lose?
You want to win. But listen, I talked to a buddy today. He told me he sold Amway for 18 years. And he said that in Amway, one of the things that he learned was, he goes, it was called form. You ever heard of form? And I said, no.
Right.
And he said, you strike up conversations with people like like when they're shopping and they're in line for the bank, or you just basically, the whole approach I hated, because it was like, it sounded manipulative, and ulterior motive.
Right, this one does.
Yeah, what'd he say? He said form. First thing you do is I ask him, hey, form, I forget what this stood for, actually.
Yeah.
I forget all the
story.
Yeah, exactly. I should call him right now. Hey, wake up.
I bet you if you could Google it, FORAM.
Oh, let's look it up. Oh, you're smart. Gosh.
FORM.
Yeah.
And then tactic.
It was like
sales tactic.
Yeah, form. It was forget. Yeah, rather than me trying to remember, what does form stand for? Sales tactic. Okay, here we go. Oh, F is for family. So you ask him, hey, do you have a family?
Right.
O, occupation. Hey, what do you do for a living?
Okay.
R, what do you do? Recreation.
Okay.
And then M, motivation, delving deeper into their dreams, their goals, their underlying motivation, which helps bridge conversation and how you and your solution can solve their... See, but he actually said the thing that I asked him, I go, how do you feel about the whole, that world? And he goes, you know what? He goes, there's a lot that I liked about it, but he goes, that's the part I didn't like. He goes, because every time I would talk to somebody, I was, in my mind, I'm like, how can I guide this conversation into getting out what I want, out of them? And it's like, as opposed to having real connections with people, it's more like,
right. My thing is a little different, because when I'm trying to close somebody, they're leaving with something that's tangible. It's a table, it's a bench, or if I'm sitting down to design something, I have to then try and talk them into the sale.
Yeah.
In other words, a custom order. This was a custom order, and the color wasn't right.
Yeah.
But I have to talk her into this. But she's at least leaving with a table. Amway has a bad reputation of, what are you going to do? Yeah. You're going to now sell Amway to someone else.
Right. You're going to learn form.
Yeah. In other words, it's like...
but shout out to anyone that does Amway. We love it. We know you're out there working, man. But, you're the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, here's the next one. Ready? Shout out to Angel Jackson. Worked as a cashier in a casino. I cleared my hands every time I handled anything. That's what they said. I was so tired. She goes, another funny, I was so tired I tried to swipe my badge to get out of the bathroom stall. Then was confused for a minute when it didn't work.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, working in a casino's got to get old. As fun as it looks.
I know.
You with drunks, you with amateurs.
People losing.
The
depressing.
Yeah. No, thank you. I'm full.
I use a garage door opener, and the garage door it opens. Sometimes this reminds me, she said trying to swipe the bathroom stall. I would be at the intersection going like this, trying to make the red light turn green. I'm
that's funny.
I'm like, what am I doing? It's like, because you get on autopilot. Here we go. They said they used to work in a deli that sold high-end cheeses.
Okay.
So you need a good conversation topic? Let's chat about government cheese caves, or the fact that you can get high by eating enough white Stilton. Need to make a charcuterie board to please everybody? I gotcha. One fresh, one soft, one smoked, one aged.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Because I make charcuterie boards.
I
don't fill them up, but I like that.
Yeah. Had a bad day and want the best grilled cheese of your life? Get over here and let's roast Gordon Ramsay's grilled cheese into oblivion while we make our own. Cheese is a universal language. Cheese is love. Cheese is life. Rachel, thank you. That was really good. Okay, here's another one from Carrie. She says, same sort of thing, like right behind you. Oh, she says right behind you, babe. 30 years of being a food and beverage server. Right behind you.
Got it.
You know what?
Right behind you.
Yeah, but
that's what they say in prison in the shower. Thank you.
You should add the babe. See, it's different when a woman says it, right? Right behind you, babe. Right behind you.
Right behind you, babe.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it like you're Vegas.
$1, babe.
$1, babe. You know what I do? I notice when I'm on my walks, and if I'm not able to go to like the parks or something, and I got to walk in the city, like around neighborhoods where people are out there with their, they're hogging up the sidewalk. If I say like behind you or on your right or on your, they don't pay attention. You know what gets people's attention? When I bark like a dog.
Really?
Yeah, because people love dogs or they fear dogs.
I never knew that.
So if I'm walking and I'm behind you and you hear, and if I go, They're like,
that's a funny little.
They get out of the way.
You know what I noticed today?
Yeah,
and I've been doing it for 50 years. Someone told me that when it comes to street people and homeless people, and I have like more of a rapport instantly because I guess I had to as a cop in the subway of New York. But I noticed today I had to walk really tight close to a black guy that looked big and tough. Yeah. And just as we passed, I went, okay. And he went, all right.
You went, okay.
Like just saying okay is, it's more than nothing.
That's good.
That's it.
Like, okay. I like that. Jamie McDonald Larkin, customer service. They said, one of the 7 attributes you were taught to become a Safeway employee, that's a grocery store we have out here, along with take the customer to the item and physically touch the item, thank them by their last name. And he goes, I don't remember the rest because we were like robots over there, but you know what I mean? So like, so I was like, hey, which way are the chili beans? Here, follow me. And then you touch the item and go, here, it's right here.
Wow.
That way they're like, oh, it's right there.
Sabrina Diresta was taught in the comedy business. Yeah. She represents people. Yeah. My daughter. She was taught whenever you meet someone, you shake their hand and you say your first and last name. Yeah. Which I do anyway, but I never thought that it was an official thing. You know, to get inside maybe or to present yourself.
Here's what I don't like about the acting world. It's the opposite of that. You'd be in these casting offices and they would have signs that say, do not shake the casting director's hand. You know what I mean? And then sometimes they'd have a tape on the floor and they would say, do not cross that line. Because you know what it is? It's like a cattle call in a sense. Like they're and this is before COVID, you know what I mean?
Well, people trying to buy their way in, shake a hand.
And their hands are all gross and slimy and everyone's turning it up, trying to be like the part, you know?
I don't want to drop names. I auditioned for Woody Allen. Yeah. In person, and we were told, I think, don't look at him or don't touch him. Yeah. And I did both, and he was cracking up. Oh. Yeah.
That's
I
good.
shook his hand.
It could have went the wrong way, but yeah.
He might have touched me in a bad place. Pacoima.
Shout out to Elba Rosas, working in customer service. Here's what she says. Elba says, it's an acronym called LATTE, LATTE. Listen to the customer, acknowledge the customer, take action, thank them, and encourage them to come back.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny when you walk into like a Jersey Mike's and it must be in their contract they have to say hello. They're in the middle of making a sandwich, your door opens and like, Mike.
Yeah. Welcome in Jersey Mike's. It's in their contract.
It has no kindness to it.
Yeah, no sincerity
Welcome
to
Jersey
it.
Mike.
Yeah.
You want a Mike's way?
Yeah.
The first time I went, the guy's like, you want my way?
Yeah.
I said, and everyone was online and I couldn't answer. I go, what? You want my way? Yeah, my way. My way. I had no idea what he was talking about.
Wow. It is funny when that happens. I remember one time I borrowed this Rolling Stone magazine from a comedy. When I first started in comedy, there was a guy, when I very first started, I started in, when I was still in community college, right? I was about 19 years old. And there was this comedy, it was called The Comedy Crew. Man, I had it easy back in the day. I think about that compared to now, dude. Oh my gosh. Starting out in Fresno, you started in New York. I mean, Fresno, plenty of stage time. We got paid right away. Even back then, I remember getting like $30.
Wow.
$30 as a beginner.
That's a lot of money.
And it is a lot of money. And I remember doing time, like getting to do a lot of time. And there was a guy, his name was Mr. EE. And they used to call him the comedy pimp, Mr. EE. Right. And it was called the Comedy Crew. And he goes, yeah, the Comedy Crew. And we're going to go around from venue to venue and we'll make our money. And, there'll be 5 of us. We're the Comedy Crew. And so, but he would set these gigs up, man. Wow. He would rent a limo and sometimes we'd leave town and go do the gig and then, go back. And that happened once, but it was pretty cool.
Nice.
And then he booked us at I remember we did a gig at a juvenile hall, we did a gig at a drug rehab, but then he booked us at different breweries and stuff. There was a big comedy Rolling Stone magazine that came out, and he loaned it to me. And then when he wanted it back, I didn't quite understand it because we were on the phone. He asked for his Rolling Stone.
Oh, that's funny.
And I was like, what? I go, Rolling Stone? And he goes, my Rolling Stone. And I was like, I don't have his Rolling Stone. Yeah. And then I realized, Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
But I didn't know. But one thing I learned from him is I don't know if this is a military expression, but he told us, always expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the lights could go out when you're up there. The sound could go off.
Sure.
You know, a million things. But that was kind of neat, though, when I look back at that comedy crew and we'd go do those gigs. You know?
I wish I was in a comedy crew. Thank you.
Yeah. You could be a leader of one, you know.
Leader of the pack.
Yeah, get your 5 undesirables together and...
Dude, I've been involved with probably 15 comedy tours that never got off the ground. Fathers, husbands, cops, ex-cops, woodworkers, a comedy, fathers, heavy metal, a comedy, Italian, New York, Goomba comedy.
Yeah.
And none of them got off the ground. Heroes of comedy.
Wow. There was one idea that's so funny you say that. I completely forgot about this. It was in Albuquerque. We got to play the Kiva Center. It's this huge like theater. And this was 20 years ago. And I was on a tour, and the idea was we were going to combine Mexican comedians and white comedians. And the name of the tour was called Beans and Crackers. And
I did Guns and Hoses.
Guns and Hoses, I love it.
Fireman.
And I totally forgot about this until I went back. I want to give a shout out to all the good people in Albuquerque, New Mexico, who came to see me at Cusada's. It was awesome. And Animal was there. Thank you, Animal, funny comedian. And he's also a big-time radio guy in Albuquerque. And he goes, dude, I remember you from the Beans and Crackers tour, because he was on the tour.
Right.
And it was me and Fluffy, you know, Gabriel Iglesias. Yeah. We did one show as Beans and Crackers. And I kind of didn't like. Neither one of us liked the name, but this is before either one of us had a name. Even though he's huge now, but like,
dude, I did Boys Night Out.
That sounds kind of
with Tom Likas. We were going to be.
Back then it sounds cool. Like, hey, it's boys now, but now it sounds like
we were going to be the next Blue Collar, dude. We were buying houses and cars.
Wow.
Like we thought it was going to be the big. We did the Wiltern, 2,800 people. Then Seattle, 3,500 people.
Yeah.
And it fizzled out real quick.
For shizzle dizzle, it fizzled.
Yo.
Yeah, that's okay. Just keep writing, man. Keep working on it, and you know.
I just started my book.
Yeah, I saw that. Thanks for showing that to me.
The rest of the story.
Yeah.
Book 1.
Yeah. He's got an interesting life, man. Interesting life. And as a comedian, you learn how to make it funny, and you put it out there, and you know, you're from New York. And
I was born in New York City because I was raised in Long Island. Only a couple of years ago, I went, wait a minute, I was born in Queens, New York. And I'm a real New Yorker. I was born in the confines of New York City. I never put that together. Because I don't remember, because I was 1 day old. You get it?
Yeah.
But I was raised in Long Island, which isn't considered New York City, for people that don't know.
You know who I met the other night? You've heard of the famous comedian Jackie Mason?
Yes. Yeah, I did a gig with his daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I met his daughter.
Yeah. And was she funny?
She's very funny.
Oh, good.
And New York. She's funny. And, I mean, I could have this wrong. You could Google it, but I think that he denied that was his daughter, right?
Oh, I don't know. He probably didn't want to pay.
Right. No, but he did pay. Apparently, she said that, I mean, there's articles all over the internet. Like, he paid until she was 18, but he still denied that was his daughter. And so I don't know.
Well, there was another one. He passed away of cancer. I can't think of his name. He paid for 18 years. And the day the kid turned 18, the mother said, oh, that was Sam Kennison's baby.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. Carl LeBeau.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn,
it's a tough business.
That's crazy that happened, man. You know.
I have 3 kids.
Yes.
And a grandson.
That's beautiful. What's your son's name? Grandson's name? His name's Noah, right?
Noah, yeah. Noah. Noah Diresta Pellegrini.
Was he named after Noah's Ark, like that Noah?
I never asked.
You never asked?
I do know that Fran and I had, this is a true story, people won't believe it. Fran and I had 3 kids. They were all about 9, 10, 11, and I was making a lot of money in showbiz. Books, movies, TV shows. I was the man. And Fran said, look, I'm not getting any younger. If you want to have one more kid, we have a little money in the bank. What do you think? And I said, there's 3 in the next room that I don't want. So I don't want a 4th one. However, I want to get in good with Howard Stern. I'll make you a deal. If it's a boy, the name has to be Howard Stern Diresta. I was going to name my second son Howard Stern Diresta.
Yeah.
And my wife said, forget it. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then 20 years later, Shannon, or 15 years later, got pregnant. And I said to Shannon, because you asked about the Noah thing.
Yeah.
Before he was born, I said, if you name this grandson Howard Stern Pellegrini Diresta, I'll pay you $20,000, but I have to pay it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to give you $100 a month.
No, wait. How much are the payments?
$1.
No, wait. Take two. And how much are the payments?
$1.
Thank you.
Weekly.
Damn.
And she said, no way. And then when the baby was born, she named him Noah. I never really asked where it was. To answer your question, I never really asked where it was from.
I wonder if it's from Noah's Ark. Is she awake? Would you text her? No, we don't care. But we'll ask another time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
To text takes two hands.
Yeah, it's true.
And I got to...
Hold the mic. Hold the mic. No, the reason it's so funny, I just remembered that. And then I just happened to read something about Noah's Ark today, about the animals and God's promise and the rainbow.
I do know my dad had... My dad had... I mean, I would never do this to my kids. It's weird.
Yeah.
When we said we were going to name my son Zachary, my dad went off. Like, gave his opinion on...
He didn't like the name Zachary.
Did not like the name Zachary.
Yeah.
Then when I told him... So we named my son Matthew.
Yeah.
Then we came up with the name Chelsea for Sabrina. After Bill Clinton's...
Yeah.
And then Shannon was born. Is she going to be a stripper?
Oh.
That's 3 in a row.
Oh, yeah.
25 years later, maybe 30 years later, my grandson's born. And my dad, I said, the baby's name is Noah.
Yeah.
What? I said, Noah. He goes, is he going to be a gay? I go, I don't. He's 4 minutes old. I don't really
4
know.
4 minutes old. Yeah.
He goes, what? He thinks LA is so liberal.
Yeah.
What box did your daughter check off on the birth certificate? And just to mess with him, I said she checked off other.
That's funny.
Pangender.
So my name is I'm Darren, and I was named after my grandpa named me after a character on Bewitched because he used to watch Bewitched all the time.
I love Bewitched,
and and to this day I don't know which Darren it is, but and then the joke I do is I'm like, I'm just glad he didn't watch Gilligan's Island.
Jajay.
I might be known as Skipper.
I will tell you this, on my Instagram, the little girl from Bewitched is now like a 50 or a 60-year-old woman. And she is extremely good looking.
She is? Oh, good.
The little girl.
Yeah. That's cool. Did you like the Brady Bunch?
Of course. How could you not? Pork chops and applesauce.
Yeah, pork chops and applesauce.
Dude, love the Brady Bunch.
You know what's funny? As long as I've lived in LA, I've yet to go to that Brady house.
No, neither have I. I know. Watch this. I've been told it's in Sherman Oaks.
Yeah.
And then every now and then someone says it's
Studio
in
City. Yeah.
Oh, see that?
Yeah. And
I've never been to it.
And then apparently they right now they got a thing going where it looks just exactly like it, and you can pay to take the tour and get your photo in the living room and see the stairs and everything.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That might be a funny...
That'd be kind of cool.
Take a photo?
Yeah. It's on Instagram. You could do it.
Sam
the Butcher.
Alice.
Yep. The maid. God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
The collective memory that we have of that.
And the happy days, they were all so important.
I know.
It was like the next day at school, you talked about happy days.
I know.
Walking Mindy.
Right. Oh my gosh. How great was that? Yeah, these were big cultural things. I remember walking to school and there was a poster of Mork, Robin Williams, in this one apartment building. Like it was like a full 6 foot cutout. And we'd always walk by and it looked like his eyes were following you. And it was like wow, there's Mork. Oh no. Oh, Mork calling Orson. Come in, Orson. Oh.
Did you ever meet him?
I did twice. I got to meet Robin twice.
Was he friendly to you?
Very friendly. Once at the Holy City Zoo in San Francisco, and I was too nervous to really carry the conversation. And the second time I met him was at the Hollywood Improv, and it was in 2007. And he asked if he could, if it would be okay if he went before me,
right,
to do some time. Just to be polite. Of course he could do it. He goes, "Would it be okay? I mean, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it."
Nice.
And he went up, and it was weird. I had the dual thoughts because part of me is like watching, a legend, Robin Williams. I loved it. He's when people say which comedians did you like growing up, he was the guy. You know what I mean?
Okay, See, for me, it was Richard Pryor and Stern.
Yeah, I mean Eddie Murphy for stand-up comedy.
Eddie
Murphy for me comedy, but Robin Williams just as an actor, I just loved Robin Williams.
He's a great actor.
I just thought he was so I loved it, man. Mork and Mindy is so funny, and the way he would sit down on his head, and just the whole thing. I just liked him so much as an actor, and I watched him, and I was thinking oh damn, I'm next, so. But you know what though, he wasn't that night. He wasn't the full blown it wasn't like that. It was more like just talking things through, getting things out. And I know it was 2007 because he said This is the first time I'd heard this. He goes, well, and the Mayan calendar says the whole thing ends in 2012. Right? So remember, that was a big deal. Remember in 2012, they said that the world's going to end. Yeah. The Mayan calendar, it doesn't go past that year. And I remember thinking to myself, like, wow, that's 5 years away. You know, and obviously we've blown past that, but it's, does it ever trip you out and think, man, it's 2026?
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, today's my wedding anniversary. I got married 38 years ago, and it seems like last week. It really is scary. Yeah, it's too, like when you see your credit card. Yeah. And the expiration date is 2030.
Wow. Yeah.
And then you go, wait a minute, I graduated high school in 82.
Wow. It's I know.
Yeah, and now I hate to say it, we're the old people. When our parents die, we're the old people.
Yeah, it's like this assembly line. And
God plucks every last one of us in a very unusual way.
But you think about that year, though, right? It's like, you know, like for the longest time, I would just do like, you know, you'd write a date, you just put like, 91, or the date was like, 96. And then I remember when it was 2000, it felt weird to put 00. I just didn't do it. So I'd write the whole thing out.
You want to hear a funny story about dates?
Yeah.
I was a New York City transit cop in the subway in 1987. I was a rookie. And the summons for the person's birth date only had 2 boxes for the year. You follow? So Lenny Torricelli hands in a summons for a guy that beat the turnstile, jumped over the turnstile. And the next day they pull him and they say, hey, dude, you wrote that this guy that jumped the turnstile was born in 90. That's 2 years from now. He goes, no, he was born in 1890.
Oh, wow.
That's a true story. He wrote like a 100-year-old guy or something.
Wow. Yeah. Just let the guy go, man.
No, of course. I'm saying that's obviously. But I'm saying.
Wow.
And watch this. You're probably not going to believe this. When I was still alive, when I was alive as a kid, a person that was born into slavery had passed away. So in my life, there was a slave still alive. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Wow. Did they work at Jersey Mike's?
No. You on my way?
Yeah. You on my
What? You on my way? Dude, I'm sorry. You on my way?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's I remember I met this lady that was 113 years old.
Really?
She was 113, yeah. And I was asking her questions, and dude, it was funny. She was really sharp and kind of grumpy. Like I was like, I probably should just talk to her like normal, but I was fascinated with it. And this is about 16 years ago.
I did a radio show.
Wait, real quick before do the math. What's 113 plus 16? That's 129.
Right.
So what's 129 years ago? Like 1897.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. You guys do the math at home. But anyways, so I go, wow. So I was just looking at her going, wow, she's been around before airplanes. She's seen airplanes.
Right.
Like, what's it like? I was just trying to like have this conversation like you've seen so much. And now we have like AI or whatever, but we didn't have AI yet. And I asked her about the plane thing. I go, wow, you remember when it was like with covered wagons and then cars and then airplanes? I go, is it weird to see like an airplane? And she goes, my brother was a pilot. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Yeah.
I did a talk show with Henny Youngman. He was very old. And then I did a stand-up gig with Phyllis Diller. I don't want to drop names. You know who it was? It was me, Barry Katz, Dom DeLuise. I don't want to drop names. The big fat guy that died, Ralphie May.
I love Dom DeLuise, by the way.
Phyllis Diller.
Wow.
Yeah, what a crew.
Was Dom really nice? Was he cool?
No, he sat off in the corner, and where me, Barry Katz, Phyllis Diller, and Ralphie May, we're all kind of just trying to mix it up and bag on each other. He sat all the way off in the corner.
Wow.
Yeah. Same with I flew a private jet for a Miss Congeniality thing, and Candice Bergen sat all the way in the back. Yeah. And didn't talk to any of us.
Wow.
Yeah. But
where did the plane go? Did you guys go to Epstein Island?
That's funny. We went from. Did you know there's a second airport at Burbank? It has a different name. Did you know that?
I heard about it. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm
Probably,
flying. Yeah. I check in at Burbank, and the guy looks up and goes, "You're at the wrong airport."
Oh.
And my heart sank because I had a half hour.
You're thinking LAX?
He goes, no, it's called whatever, ba.
Yeah.
It's a quarter of a mile that way.
Right.
So we flew from that airport, which is technically Burbank, to Austin, Texas, to do the table read.
Wow. Yeah, because somebody had told me, they're like, yeah, you should try this other airline, and it wasn't Southwest and it wasn't American, but it's at the Burbank airport. So I figured it was.
Yeah, it's right next door, but it's like a different.
I figured it's kind of like, I know the whole airport's huge. But
I will tell you this: that's the only time I ever flew private, as we say. You know, I'm a star. Mm-hmm. They don't check you. They don't pat you down. So everyone has marijuana on them. Wow. Everybody. It's like, and then even if you don't smoke it, it's like, you got to. You have an inside secret.
You just park your car
just
right there.
Right, and you walk to the plane.
Dude, that must be so nice.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Wow. But by the way, dude, the Albuquerque gig was amazing. The casino. Thank you guys.
Yeah, I got to hit up my guy.
They picked me up from the airport. They had a black car service. Your hotel is right there in the casino. Your top floor. You just literally go out your room, elevator, walk through, bam, you're there. Anything you want to. It's just all the food was fantastic. It was like
being a stand-up comedian is the only job on earth where you could live like a millionaire and make $60,000 a year.
You could, yeah. You could make, especially if you have roommates and
I'm saying just the travel, the way they treat you nice. We do get to see the world.
Dude, I remember when I was younger and you have the roommates, but you're like you said, your name's on the marquee, food, drinks.
Dude, when I tell the audience,
nice hotels.
And when you do this for 35 years, you go to a lot of strange places. As you can, put aside casinos, birthday parties, biker conventions, funerals. I tell the audience, I did 2 shows in Hong Kong. It's a communist country, and I'm a schmuck from Long Island. I've been to Alaska 5 times, and I just did the Hells Angels headquarters in their headquarters. You know what I mean? It's street cred.
Yeah, it's wild.
And you know what Jay Leno said? You can't just do the same room every night, because when all of a sudden you get to have to do a different club or a different private party, and your 5-minute thing about the lighting is wrong that you do every night, you can't do it. Or you can't be North Hollywood adjacent.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you have... I've seen this one comedian, he does a whole joke about an intersection. Like, hey, what about that wacky intersection? And then it's like, dude, once you get like 30 miles away, it's not going to work. No one cares about that intersection, I
did a gig when I was a new comedian. I did a gig about 100 miles, maybe 120 miles north of New York City in a city called Poughkeepsie. Have you ever heard of Poughkeepsie?
Yeah, Poughkeepsie, yep.
And I said my wife's from the Deep South, Rockaway Beach, Queens.
Yeah.
Now, Rockaway Beach is 130 miles away, and it got a huge laugh. And similar to like around here, you could 50, 70 miles away, you can get away with a North Hollywood joke or a Pacoima joke.
Right. Yeah, but right on. Man, your phone is blowing up.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not easy, yeah. Well, John, I want to say thank you for doing the podcast again.
No problem. Thank
Another episode. We hope we made you guys made your day a little bit better today.
What's up, Casey?
That's right. Shout out Galaxy Goddess. Shout out to Christopher McCrae. Shout out to Trevor on YouTube. And shout out to Canadian Maple Stirrup. That's right.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's off the top of my head. Maple Stirrup. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks again. Leave some comments, some thumbs up.
$1.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, then listen to The Pocket Party.